And to quote that great philosopher YADABEAR, it must be
Tuesday. Must be
must
Tuesday.
be gotta be Tuesday, man. If we in the
Gotta
building
be.
like this, man, down in Sportstalk, man, in the house, man, it got to be Tuesday. Left-handed at RM Desk right here, the building. My co-D over there, Yada Bear. You already know the vibes. We holding it down Tuesday nights as we always do about this time. Appreciate y'all. Um, you know what it is. So I ain't really gotta say much. You can tell by the expression on my face, the expression on Yada Bear's face, what's going on right now. Get you caught up. The New York Knicks with a 3-1 series lead over the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah.
And then at halftime in game five, it is 49-43 New York. A very good game. Um, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to talk about the NFL draft. We talked earlier behind the scenes, and both of us are pretty favorable moods about our team's drafts. We're going to get into that. Talk a little Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's go Rangers. You already know. Fight coming up this weekend. Talk about what people not talking about. Canelo and Jaime Maniga
Maniga.
in this weekend. We're going to talk about that a little bit, I guess. Talk about some Phillies baseball, talk about some Yankees baseball, and we're going to chop it up. Win Walker is unfortunately at the repass for the Los Angeles Lakers season. He will not be able to tap in tonight. But we wish him the best in the Lakers in their future endeavors, whatever the hell they may be. Y'all Bears in the house. What's good, Browski?
Same old here watching this game. It is what it is, It's just the story of the Sixers' life. We can't, for some strange reason, we can't go into the playoffs with our big guy, one of the best players out there, healthy. So when he's not healthy, the Sixers are lost, and we are definitely lost. So we'll see how this goes today. A lot of people are extremely confident that it's going to be over today. This series has been extremely weird. A lot of things have gone on that haven't been going the Sixers' way, particularly with a lot of calls. Truthfully, in a lot of people's eyes, this series should have been 2-2.
Balderdash.
Me being very transparent about my team and about this situation here. Yeah, I admit we lost game 1, we lost game 4. Game 2, I mean, as a basketball
you also
fan,
lost game 2.
Again, game 2 as a basketball fan, the calls at the end was very questionable, and we won game 3. But right now we're in a tough spot, and we just want to see how it goes. Who knows if we can come away with a win tonight? It may look a little different. If we come away with a win tonight, we might be going back down that same Knicks path where they have a history of having trouble closing out series. So we'll see what happens. That's why I tell all you Knicks fans out here, it's okay to be confident, but don't get overly confident. You don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen. Because if we walk away with a win here tonight, y'all going to be singing a different story, a different tune. That confidence level is going to go down some. So
check this out.
Just be.
You see
just
how
be
you trying to rock us to sleep right now. Y'all the Bears trying to rock us to sleep right now with that reverse psychology.
I'm just speaking fact.
Watching Dr. Melfi on The Sopranos and shit.
I'm just speaking
listen,
fact.
Man. I mean, 3-1. Before the series started, I was like Knicks in 6, trying to give the Sixers some play. Again, the referees always, and for some strange reason, it's been going on for over 20 years now. They make themselves part of the story, and we talk about that all the time. In regards to tonight, the Knicks, in this series they've been starting off slow. and try to make some things happen. But the game tonight could be worse for the Sixers. I think they struggle offensively until the final like few minutes of the second quarter. Joel Embiid, I think he's got 8 points on 3 of 10 shooting.
Yeah,
and he's been to the free throw line twice, just twice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Which is weird.
You know, Jalen Brunson's got going. He's got 15 points, which is a team high at the break. And the Knicks are shooting 51% from the floor. So again, the first half, it could be worse, but it's close. If I'm Nick Nurse, I got the Knicks right where I want them. I'm down 6. I'm not down by 16.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
Exactly. With Joel not even scoring, so that's why I'm saying the words that I'm saying is like, be careful what you guys are asking for, because y'all should be up by, like you said, 16. Joel got 8 points. When you look at the stat line, you see Joel Embiid only got 8 points and only been in the line twice. You're thinking, oh, that's a blowout. That's a blowout.
See, this is why we do what we do over here at Down in Sports Talk. And salute everybody that rocks with us, man. Check us out on YouTube. We do the thing over there. You know what I mean? You can check out the replays or whatever, but we give it up like this. I said earlier, Phillies within 6. They're hanging on for dear life. They have no rhythm offensively. Joel Embiid is basically just, he's got 3 points and he's just hanging around on the perimeter, really not doing a lot. I think, the crowd at the Garden ready to explode. But like you said, YADABEAR, we don't even want this game to come down to the last possession. You know what I mean? Yeah. We want this game to be over with and let the Garden fans and again, all those youngsters out there, you Garden fans out there, be careful. Because if the Knicks do win, when the Knicks do win tonight, it's going to be crazy out there. And I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know why.
It's okay.
You know what I mean? This is not the championship. Look. Not June. You know what I mean? You got a whole, you got a whole month to playoffs to worry about. You know what I mean? So
be out there looking crazy.
Don't go crazy. But this is the new generation, so they don't know nothing about being calm, cool, and collected or whatever. But again. Down in Sports Talk, we're in the building. Knicks and Sixers. Second half about to get underway. We right here in the building. We're gonna be right here with you riding it out, probably to the final seconds. Somebody's gonna be happy, and somebody's gonna be reflecting on the season that could have been.
Yeah.
Let's get into the other series. You got the Indiana Pacers. All right, doing their numbers. Yeah, and doing their numbers. What's your thoughts in regards to that situation in that series?
Injuries. No Giannis from the get-go. Giannis been out since the end of the season. When he had that calf injury, he hasn't stepped foot on the court in the playoffs, and now Dame, has gone down.
They're going through it.
Yeah, so. For them being down 3-1 to the Pacers, I mean, it's the injuries. You got Chris Middleton out there. He's playing, but he's also injured too. Like, he's hurt, but he can still play. I see the Pacers most likely closing that series out soon. Tonight we got Cleveland and Orlando. We were talking last night behind this. We talking earlier behind the scenes that that's the series that nobody's talking about.
Absolutely,
nobody's talking about the Cavs and the Magics, which is tied 2-2. Actually turned out to be one of the
best series out of all of them, right? It's tied 2-2, right?
Yeah, so it actually turned out to be one of the better series that we have. And keeping it close, they're just underway. And then later on tonight, we got Indiana and Milwaukee. Hopefully, maybe Milwaukee can extend it, but I don't know. It's looking a little.
Milwaukee got a built-in excuse.
Well, I mean, they got 2 built-in excuses.
Because
now Dame is down.
Excuse, you know what I'm saying? So, again, that to me, they deserve what they get. Because they fired Adrian Griffin for no reason. To me, they deserve what they get because they fired Adrian Griffin for no reason.
This is karma for the Bucks, right?
Absolutely. That's what it smelled like.
I mean, we can take it a step back because they took coach from last season. They got him out of here.
Who knows her?
Budenholzer, who won a chip.
Who won a title. Absolutely.
They haven't won a title
is it
in
that
Milwaukee.
the goal to win a title? Absolutely.
Yeah, they haven't won a title in Milwaukee since
Luau Sindor, Oscar
Robinson.
Robinson.
He wasn't even Kareem. He was Luau Sindor, okay?
Right.
So you get him out of here. You bring in a guy that Giannis wanted. Giannis wanted him too. Bring in Griffin. Start out the season 30-13. And get fired. I never heard of a coach being that successful early on in his first season, get fired during the season. And he got fired because
from a championship squad. It gets worse.
And he gets fired for just asking the question, why is Giannis' brother on the team?
Ain't that a beat? Right. Why is
he does
why
nothing.
Is this dude here?
Why is this dude here?
Why is
fire him? Not only do you fire him, but in the off season, you trade away your best defense player in Drew Holiday, who can basically guard 1 through 5. You trade him away to bring in Dame, who doesn't play defense but is an excellent scorer. You know, as we talked behind the scenes before we got online, we said offense sells tickets. Scoring put the butts in the seats. Nobody's buying season tickets for the defensive player of the year. Nobody's buying tickets for, defensive rebounding. Nobody's buying tickets
to see chase down blocks.
Nobody's buying tickets for that, but they're buying tickets for 3-pointers, oops, dunks, crossovers. So you bring in Dame into another small market where, unfortunately, it looked like their playoff dreams are going to come to an end possibly tonight also. So this could be karma coming back on Giannis for his bad decisions and bringing in
all the big brothers and cousins and uncles and nephews and nieces and all aunties and all that. Nepotism don't always work. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to have some people in some high places that can get you put on to situations, but it don't necessarily work out in your favor all the time. You know what I mean? And it's not just one Antetokounmpo, it's 2 of them.
It's 2 of them.
So that means it's 3. And follow me. Follow the bouncing ball head.
Yeah.
It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then what's his brother? Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And Thanasis.
Yeah, him too. It's 3 of them.
Thanasis, the cheerleader, the ultimate cheerleader, My man.
1/3 of the entire squad is Antetokounmpos.
And only one is worth anything. And only one is worth anything.
And they all wonder why they get bounced. They get ready to get bounced in the first round.
Yeah.
Injuries notwithstanding, team turmoil. We know that was on deck. We saw it. Notwithstanding, this is what you get. But let's move it over to the West, where we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh wow, we going Lakers first. Wow.
Yes, we got to get the petty stuff out the way.
Man.
Yeah, you saw what I did there.
I mean.
And shout out to Windwalker, wherever you are. You can come out from hiding. It's all good. We know you at the store. We know the store is closed.
Oh, that store is closed. Definitely.
Store is closed.
But you know what's so crazy? I remember someone sitting here saying that it's wild that the Lakers is going to win the in-season tournament.
Yes.
But not win the championship.
Let's go, Browski. Browski said that.
I was like, that's wild. Like they giving so much emphasis
you see what happened
on this tournament,
Yeah, you see what happened? They won the in-season tournament.
Yeah.
They got swept in the first round.
Well, it was
Oh man, homie. Oh man.
They got their banner. They got their banner hanging up. Season tournament banner.
Is that karma too? Is that karma? No, I'm saying, Kimmy, is that
They
karma?
were so focused on that,
Yeah.
And when the real tournament started, because this is the real tournament, all that in-season stuff. Now,
Come on, son.
this is
Right.
the real tournament right here.
Right.
This is the trophy that we want to hoist up.
Right.
Not that in-season tournament trophy. That crap. I bet now they all turning their nose up to that right now.
Right. I bet you they looking at LeBron and Anthony Davis like in-season tournament.
Yeah.
Like, word, this is,
Yeah.
and then they want to look at D'Angelo Russell crazy.
Yo, they stay looking at this kid crazy. One game they love him, the next game they hate him, then they love him again. But it's not just his fault. It's not just his fault.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not just.
You got two stars on your team. You got LeBron and you got AD. AD went out there, put up 32 points in the first 3 quarters, and gave him nothing in the second, and gave him nothing in the fourth quarter, in game 2. And then Jamal Murray, makes this crazy, game-winning shot.
You know how to beat the Lakers, don't he?
One thing I say about the Nuggets, they know. I think they have a personal beef against the Lakers because they damn sure beat them every game this season.
Not to cut your wisdom, but yeah, I think you're right because you know why? Magic and them used to bust Denver ass. When Denver had like Alex English and Dan Issel and Magic and them used to go
so
crazy.
There's a lot of built up hate.
Yeah, Fat Lever, yeah. So this might be a lot of that.
So
listen, what's is the K word again? Karma. I'm just saying. But this is down in Sportstalk. Well, this is how we give it up on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
What we doing with the Heat and the Celtics?
Again, another series that's plagued by injuries. The Heat without their best player, Jimmy Butler.
Salute Junior 401 piece.
Truthfully, I'm surprised Miami actually got a game from Boston, but then that also shows you Boston issue. They can't close out, they can't close out games. They go into like a streak where for some reason no one can hit a shot. Jaylen Brown kind of disappears here and there too. Porzingis is now out, which is going to hurt them down the long run now. Yeah. He's out for several weeks. So we might not see Porzingis back until maybe mid-second round. Maybe even the Eastern Conference Finals if they get there. He's hurt. They brought him in, to help during the playoffs, or help during this run, especially when they go into those dry spells. It's crazy how Derek White has emerged for them. I think it's the haircut. I feel like ever since he shaved his hair,
he become a beast.
He became a monster. But this Miami series is again unfortunate. It's plagued by injuries. The theme of this year playoffs have been injuries, especially in the East. For my Sixers, for
Milwaukee.
It's a lot of injuries in the East, and the West is the younger generation is taking over in the West.
Absolutely.
That's what's happening in the West. I mean, when we speak of the younger generation, we have to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, again, in the beginning of the season, when we see the Phoenix Suns, we're like, oh man, KD, they already got Booker, and they bringing in Bradley Beal. That's a crazy squad on paper. But we have to remember, it's more to basketball than just big names.
Right.
You gotta have
Let's
chemistry.
go, Browski.
Where's the chemistry? Where's the leadership? Who's the leader of that team? Who's running that offense? We don't know because what they do out there is they play ISO basketball. ISO basketball. You Phoenix told us years ago, um, DeAndre Ayton was the problem. Ayton was the problem. Remember Ayton was the problem for years up in Phoenix. We can't get past because Ayton don't show up for us. You get rid of him. Oh, we can't get past the second round because of Chris Paul. Chris Paul's always hurt. He's always hurt. Always hurt. There was the thumb, it's the hamstring. He's
Right.
hurt.
Let's
He
go.
can't get
Let's go,
past.
Browski.
So now Chris Paul is gone. We don't talk about how when you made these moves to bring in these guys that you gave away your bench. You didn't say that when you gave away, when you made these moves, you gave away Mikal Bridges, a young talent to bring in KD. You gave away.
Did they have Bobo too?
Yes, they had Bobo. He's out of here. You had Jamison Crowder, who plays excellent defense. You had Cam Payne on your squad. You gave all these people away just to bring in one person. You had team chemistry there. Now you bring in KD. Where's the chemistry? And we were talking behind the scenes about how KD is a team killer. He doesn't. Now, when I say team killer, I'm not saying that he's going to kill your team. No, he's killing the team that he's brought in on.
Right.
He's been nothing but a disaster since leaving Golden State.
Talk about it.
Okay, he went to Brooklyn to set up his so-called super team. With James and Kyrie. Terrible. They couldn't even get out the first round of the playoffs. Injuries, outside stuff. He wanted to leave. James wanted to leave. Kyrie wanted to leave. Bad coaching. You bring in Steve Nash as the coach. Terrible coaching. They telling us that, hey, we don't need a coach. We can go out there and coach ourselves. And it took them nowhere. It took them to a first round exit each year that they was there. So now he's in Phoenix, and look what happened. Another first round exit. So a lot of people, they always want to give LeBron flack, about when he left Cleveland and go to Miami and the super team, all that stuff. But to me, Kevin Durant is worse because he's searching for another chip. Since leaving Golden State, he haven't won in the first round of the playoffs. He was so much in his feelings.
Can we say the K word?
Again, another state of karma.
That's a theme. That's a theme tonight.
It seems to be a theme because he was so much in his feelings in Golden State, and he felt as though, it's still Steph's team, which it is. Guess what? It would have been your team too. Right. I guarantee you, if he would have stayed in Golden State, they would have built a statue of Steph and a statue of KD.
It might have been this big.
But look, they definitely would have built a statue, and he will have probably 2 more rings right now. But he had to leave. He get in his feelings. I need my team. I need my
glory. Right.
When we win, I want to be, being lifted up on people's shoulders. Even though they did that in Golden State, they defer to him. He won Finals MVP 2 times, right? When they won those back-to-back chips, Steph didn't get Finals MVP. He got him. He got 2 Finals MVP, 2 rings, and then he wants to leave, and then he left, and he hasn't won anything since he left. Well, and that's karma for him.
That's how it be. Let's talk about these young jacks before we move on. We got to give some love to the Oklahoma City Thunder,
yes,
and the Minnesota Timberwolves, because these young cats, when the season started, we talked about them. We said they're going to be kind of, Oklahoma City going to be a little bit, more complete now. Chet Holmgren, which is basically like an extra draft pick because they had him in the Smacks. He was injured last year. They got, MVP candidate, MVP front runner, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. You know what I mean? They got, a lot of pieces that they're young, they're talented. They definitely gave the Phoenix Suns the business.
No.
I mean, they gave New Orleans the business. My bad.
Yeah.
They gave Zion and CJ McCollum and them the business. But it bees that way sometimes, man. You got a young, hungry squad. All them dudes is ready. Salute to their coach Mark Daniel for getting Coach of the Year. Definitely well deserved. Now we move over to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Wow, big coach Chris Finch is on the sidelines. What was that, ACL or MCL?
Yeah. I think it was ACL. He got surgery, so he may not be on the sideline for the first game, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be around.
Right. They're saying he's supposed to be like coaching from the locker room or something like that.
Yeah. So. Now I'll say this. We have talked about the passing of the guard in the NBA, for several months, and I had some concerns of who will take the rings, of the NBA when the LeBrons are gone, the Steph Currys are gone, KD's, Chris Paul, AD, when these guys are on the downward spiral of their career now, they got one foot out the door, and when we looked at, the NCAA tournament and just college basketball in general on the men's side, it has been very disappointing. And we haven't really seen any real true star emerge. And then, we looked at the young guys and it's like, wow, who's going to take over this league when these guys are gone? Well, I could honestly say, Anthony Edwards has shown me so much this playoffs and this season that I have been truly impressed with him. SGA, Jalen Bronson, Jamal Murray, Wembanyama, Luka. These guys are
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, but Tyrese Halliburton.
Yes.
Paolo Banchero, you know what I'm saying?
These guys.
Jason Tatum, don't forget about him. Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum also. These guys are the future of the NBA, and I am, I'm happy to say that I'm not so concerned anymore, because it was very concerning, to me coming in this season. These guys who are our stars are about to retire soon, on their way out of the door. So I'm just happy to see that. Definitely salute to Minnesota. They got Phoenix out of here in 4 straight games. Again, it's terrible that Phoenix couldn't even get one game at home. At least one game, and they couldn't even get it at all. So for them to come in there and just bring out the brooms, quite impressive. The second round matchup is also going to be quite impressive, I have to say. Minnesota versus Denver.
It's going to be very good.
This is going to be, I think, a dogfight. To me, this is going to be very showing for Cat. And the reason why I emphasize Cat is because you have him most likely going to be matched up with Aaron Gordon, and we already know what Anthony Edwards give us. We see that. I need Cat to show us some leadership. I need to see something from this guy. And also we have to be concerned about Jamal Murray. He had a calf injury. Wasn't even sure he was going to play yesterday, but he still played, and once again a game-winning shot to beat the Lakers. how active he's going to be, because now we talking about Mike Conley, talking about Anthony Edwards out there. He's going to be having to defend a lot more. There's not Austin Reeves or D'Lo out there. These are guys who are active and who are actively winning. So it should be an interesting series. I think it's probably go all 7 games. It's going to be interesting. But
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be definitely fun. Let's move on to the WNBA, because my mind was blown earlier today. The preseason starts on Friday
yes.
already.
Is it Friday? Hold on. Let me just double check. I believe it's Friday. I
Yeah,
want to
it's Friday.
say yes. Is it? Yeah. Well, no, it is Friday because the season starts on the 14th.
Yeah,
So how the WNBA
they put them to work fast, ain't they?
They run quick. Plus, you also gotta think too. The Olympics is coming up too.
Right. That's right.
So a lot of
They're
these
gonna have that
players
break for the Olympics, right?
also, are on this Olympic roster. But yes, let's please talk about the WNBA and let's talk about something that was quite interesting. It has been going around the internet for the past week or so. It's the players' introduction into the team. Um, Caitlin Clark had a whole red carpet. Had kids little girls there.
Tyrese Halliburton was there.
Tyrese Halliburton there. You had media galore there, and then we see Angel Reese introduction into the Chicago Sky, where it looked like it was in a high school gymnasium. Looked like they just put the little Chicago Sky banner in the
They looked
background.
like they was having a Cub Scout meeting.
Yeah, they put that banner in the background. They had a fold out table.
Right, they was all what you call it, local television.
No, yeah, they had. It seemed like they had about 4 or 5 guys, 4 or 5 media guys there. Looked like they were taking their own pictures off their phone. It was quite interesting.
Send your email to YADABEAR, yo.
It was definitely quite interesting, and it was a lot of people was angry about it, and as they should, but I think they was angry at the wrong people. They were kind of pointing fingers at the media, but I have to point my finger at the organization. Speaking of the Chicago Sky, because Chicago is a championship winning franchise. They just won the championship. What, I'm gonna say 2 years ago? 3 years ago. They won it 3 years ago. Kansas Park last year there. They just won a championship. They're 3 years removed from a championship. The Fever has been one of the worst teams, in the league for the past couple of seasons, on a down spiral now. Now they are rising up. So you telling me that you couldn't get any Chicago media there? You couldn't get, a better venue. You couldn't do anything like that at all. It was very disappointing, and I would just have to say it just wasn't Angel Reese too, because Camila Cardoso also was drafted to the Chicago Sky, and she had the same type of introduction. I just think it's the organization fault.
Okay. I mean,
Indiana put the money out there, and they wanted to make it into a spectacle, which was nice. It was a great introduction. You keep the momentum of the Caitlin Clark hype train. You keep that momentum. Her jersey, being sold out. Also, Angel Reese jersey was also sold out. So you can't say that there wasn't hype on both sides for these two for these two players coming to your organization. Angel Reese had momentum with her hype train too, and they failed to capitalize on that. And I have to put my finger at them. I need them to do a better job. What's going on with their marketing team? They don't have the right person who's in their marketing team, because that was a definitely missed opportunity. They could have had little black girls, lined up to give Angel Reese high fives. They could have had it at the stadium. They could have had it at the arena. It was just very disappointing to see, and I just hope that this is not something that will carry over to the season. You know.
I think that it will if the Indiana Fever do what people think they're gonna do, and if the Chicago Sky don't compete,
Mhm.
right, then
Mhm.
you're gonna hear about it. But I think if the Chicago Sky, because I think they're in the same division, so they're gonna see each other crazy.
They're gonna see each other a lot.
Yeah, so it's going to be very, very, like you said, it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle that. But to me, I'm like, wow, to see they just have the draft. Didn't the Aces just win the back to back? I'm like,
Yep.
damn, like,
Yep. So
you know what I
so
mean?
first preseason game is Friday, and
And the season is May
surprisingly,
14th. And
yep,
and happy May Day. Salute to everybody, you know what I mean? Spring is in the air. And as evidenced by the WNBA, they ready to get busy.
yeah,
So that means this week and next week, we're going to be hearing about the ladies who got cut.
yes, we should be getting first cuts probably most likely after the first couple preseason games. I believe they do that.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like what, maybe like after like the third, fourth game. I know Friday game you got the Sky and the Lynx playing, and then you got the Fever and the Wings. So we're
Mm-hmm.
going to see Caitlin Clark,
Right.
and we want to see Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza
In
first day
action, absolutely.
in action, and see how they gel with their new team. I'm really interested in seeing the Indiana Fever, the dynamic between Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, who was the
Leah
number one pick
Boston.
last season.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah, she was balling last season,
Absolutely,
and
rookie of the year, top scoring rookie. Absolutely, Leah
yeah,
Boston is doing that thing.
one of the top rebounders also.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
it's going to be interesting to see how they gel together. And we will all have our eyes on seeing Caitlin Clark transition from the from college to the pros, because Diana Taurasi already put her on notice by saying, "Hey, you was playing against girls. These are women, who have international and professional, experience. You're not going against 18, 19-year old, ladies. You're going against women who's in like their 20s and 30s, who've been playing this game for many, many years."
Right.
So they already put her on notice. So we want to see, their transition, and I want to see Angel Reese transition to having more of a outside game. Her
Hmm.
game in college was heavy favor in the paint, 10, 12 foot. Now in the pros, she's going to be like a stretch four. You know, um, I need to see that 3-point shot. I need to see a corner three from Angel Reese. I need to see a jump shot from Angel Reese, and some ball handling skills. So it should be interesting. We definitely want to see how this season how the season come along for them, and again, big spotlight on them. How you
No
feel
problem.
about that, Left?
I'm interested in anticipating a very, very successful WNBA season. For me, it's like bugged out because everybody's talking about the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. And what about the New York Liberty and the Las Vegas Aces? Right.
Well,
So,
well, yeah,
soon enough, those questions are going to be answered.
yeah,
I think the Indiana Fever's second game, they come into the Barclays Center and they see Breanna Stewart, and the New York Liberty. So it's going to be interesting. The NFL draft
Yes.
has came and gone. Um, very interesting. Okay, it went no par for the course. Quarterbacks went heavy, and I'm surprised that they're surprised that no quarterbacks went like in the second round. Like all the quarterbacks was gone already. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So again, Caleb Williams, salute to you. Salute to Elijah Jones. All right, the number 90th pick in the draft by the Arizona Cardinals. That's my man, Alamo for Brand Nubian, his son. Salute to him. You know what I mean? So he's going to the league. So that's a great thing. That's what's going on. But we're here right now down in Sports Talk. We're gonna kind of review and go over our drafts from our particular teams: YADABEAR, Philadelphia Eagles, my Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yada, I think you had a very interesting draft. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on it?
I would say we had a very out of the ordinary draft.
Okay.
If people, really know, like after the Eagles, history in the draft, Howie drafting a corner in the first round was definitely out of his comfort zone. We haven't drafted a corner in the first round. I want to say about like 20 years, maybe 20 years, about like 20 years. But I think him picking Quinyon Mitchell was the correct choice. I believe we have drafted the best corner in the draft, and then for him to come back around in the second round and draft Cooper DeJean, which, interestingly is he's a white corner. A corner who is white.
Did somebody say Jason Sehorn?
I was gonna say I was just about to go to the last and most successful white corner, played for the New York Giants, as you say, Jason Sehorn, and he's been out the league for what 12, like 15, 12 years, maybe
Longer than that,
maybe 20 years.
Yeah, it might
So,
be. Yeah, maybe a little
maybe a little bit longer than that. So having a white corner is very unusual.
Unique.
It's very. I mean, just like the white running back, very unique. And it is, and people might say, "Oh, well, why you gotta make it a racial thing?" Well, it's not that it's like a real racial thing, but we know that certain ethnicities play certain positions in football. When you think of white football players, first thing come in my mind is offensive linemen. Some of the best offensive linemen in the history of the NFL have been white men. Kickers has been white. You made linebackers. We have some very good white linebackers.
Hall of Famers, Jack Lambert, Jack Ham. Yep.
Defensive ends.
Mm-hmm.
We have some pretty good defensive ends.
Howie Long.
We have tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Very good tight ends who happen to be white.
Mark Bavaro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks. And occasionally a couple wide receivers. But when we think a corner, you don't really see white corners out there. You may see a white safety, but at a corner, no. Defensive tackles, no. They generally black guys, and that's the truth. Like I had mentioned that to somebody a couple days ago, and they was like, no. I said, well, name me 5 white corners. And I gave him one. I said, Jason Sehorn. I said, now give me 4 others. And no, he gave me.
You still waiting?
I'm still waiting. He gave me one other guy. I forgot his name, but he wasn't that good. And I said, no. I said, I need good, impactful. I said, there's none. So for us to bring him in, The Eagles are trailblazers. We are
I
trailblazers.
mean, your first two picks, Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean,
Yeah.
fill needs. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And talk about Jeremiah Trotter a little bit. You
listen,
know what I mean?
I was about to get to it, and then to be able, no, this is the most important thing here: to be able to get Quinyon Mitchell without having to make a trade. That right there was impressive because we all know how we would make a trade in a moment, to try to get the guy that you want. And the way that this draft started off, quarterbacks flying off the board, 3 wide receivers flying off the board, offensive linemen flying off the board, tight end, and no defensive picks until until we got to the Eagles. I believe we was like one of the ones to take one of the first defensive players of the drafts. It was no defensive players coming off the board. So to be able to get that was impressive. And then to be able to make backroom deals, swapping picks here and there, and to also pick up another need and a linebacker who was able to bring in Jeremiah Trotter's son, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. from out of Clemson. Which to me I think, he's a work in progress. I think he will eventually be good. He has a nose for the ball. He made a lot of great tackles in Clemson. He was around the quarterback a lot. But it just felt right to have him on our squad. I couldn't see the last name Trotter on any other team jersey and feel okay with that. Jeremiah Trotter is a very beloved here in Philadelphia. He was a beast on the field for us. He was actually one of our best linebackers. We've been looking for a linebacker since Trotter retired. That's how important Jeremiah Trotter was to the Eagles. We haven't had a linebacker since he left. Since he retired, we haven't had a linebacker. And now to bring in his son, it's like coming full circle. And some of our later picks, we also were able to pick up two offensive linemen. We brought in a running back. We got another wide receiver. So it felt good going to the draft, being able to get what we wanted instead of like needs. Because a lot of teams went to the draft needing a lot. Yeah, we needed a corner. If we couldn't get one, we could have make it work. But having these two guys in, that means that I should be hearing that James Bradbury is getting cut during the June 1st cuts. When June 1st comes, I should be hearing James Bradbury has been waived by the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, this guy needs to go as far away from us as possible. So now that we have our new guys in, and also we got our guy Isaiah Rodgers was reinstated. So now he's back on the squad. So he's like another draft pick because he only played 1 year, 2 years with 2 years with the Colts, and then he got suspended for stupid gambling. So now we have him in. The defense looked totally different, and I'm extremely happy. And not to mention that we locked up AJ Brown for a few more years, and my man said he want to retire Eagle. So now there's no excuse.
Right. Nobody can run their mouth now. You know what I mean?
There's no excuse. Exactly. Right. He can't say that he needs to get paid. You got paid. Devontae Smith got paid. We brought in Saquon Barkley. Our linemen got paid. We are all locked up. So there should be no excuses this season. None at all. Nobody can say, we didn't have this guy. Oh, we didn't have this guy. Oh, well, this guy is hurt. Jalen, you had the whole offseason to get that knee together. It better be right. It better be right, because now you have no excuse. Because now the spotlight is not only on you, but also Nick Sirianni. There's no excuse this year. You take a back seat. Now we have an offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore. Let him call the plays. You just manage the team. That's what you are here for. We try to give you the keys. You can only take it so far. and it wasn't far enough. So now we got to pass the keys to Kellen Moore, pass the other set of keys to Vic Fangio, and let's drive this. Let's drive this bus to the Super Bowl. We trying to win this. But
All
how
right.
you feel about your draft, man? How
I
you
love
feel
my
about your
draft.
draft?
Salute to Ryan Jensen. He retired.
Yes.
And Graham Barton fell into our lap. Um, the Cowboys traded out of their 24th pick, and they do what they do. They passed on Graham Barton. You know what I mean? Very
Which
versatile
they needed. Wait a minute. Which they
guy.
needed.
Right from Duke. I like what we did. We picked up Chris Braswell, who's an edge rusher out of Alabama. He's definitely gonna provide some juice to that defensive line. I thought he might go a little bit higher, but Todd Bowles, he's on the defensive side of the ball, so he's definitely a Todd Bowles pick. We picked a couple of our kids from Washington, a couple of receivers, Devin Cope in the 7th round, a tight end, and we
Yeah,
picked Jalen McMillan. Huh?
I said, yeah, that's a good pick.
Yeah, we picked Jalen McMillan out of Washington. He had injuries a lot of last year, but I think he can make some defensive backs look silly, and definitely he's willing to block. That's very important. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of the picks I'm intrigued about is Bucky Irvin, 4th round pick out of Oregon, running back. I definitely like what he does. But again, like we talked about earlier behind the scenes, we always, we draft these running backs, that show flashes of brilliance in college. And we say, oh, this is what we need in Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones was the last one I can remember was out of USC. Like he was going to really be the truth. And it really didn't pan out like that. So I'm waiting to see what Bucky Irvin provides. He's got the right name, Bucky. You know what I mean? So I think that our draft was very, very good. Everybody talked about how we were gonna try to figure it out, but I think that the front office and I have to give Todd Bowles some respect, put some respect on his name. We went both sides of the ball. We got the right guy on the defensive side of the ball. There's right 2 guys. We got Keith Smith to play in the secondary out of Georgia. So again, Todd Bowles for being that defensive coach. We were heavy a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. We need some flash. Baker Mayfield definitely needs some help back there. You know what I mean? And again, Mike Evans needs a threat on the other side. Chris Godwin, he's gonna figure it out, and we're gonna be all right. But at the end of the day, I give our draft a grade of an A. So I like it that much.
Yeah. Biggest surprise of the draft is everybody's biggest surprise. The Atlanta Falcons drafted Michael Penix Jr. at number 8.
Go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Cause I got a different thought about that. But go ahead. Talk about that.
I mean, it was very confusing because you just gave Kirk Cousins $180 million, $100 million guaranteed for I believe 4 years. To me, I thought that they would go into this draft picking a player at 8 that can actually help this season. Because when you given, well, in my eyes, when you're giving a quarterback $100 million guarantee, you are in win now mode. And when you look at their team, you can say maybe they're in win now mode. They have pieces, especially on the offensive side, that can help them win now.
Absolutely. Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Bijan.
Yeah. So I thought that, maybe, I don't know, just maybe instead of getting a quarterback, maybe they would have, got a wide receiver. Maybe they would have picked a wide receiver to go on the other side, to help, them out. Or, maybe, get some help on the defense side because they need a corner. Instead of getting a quarterback, they could have got a cornerback that they desperately need also on the defensive side. So I think that was cash. I just gotta say Tyrese Maxey. But I thought it was a very interesting pick. I'm kind of confused by it. They were saying, they try to compare it to when the Packers drafted Jordan Love, but Jordan Love was young. About time Michael Penix Jr. played, I would say he might be like 26 years old. You know.
And go ahead, finish your thought.
No, I'm saying he's gonna be like 26 years old. I don't know if they anticipate Kirk Cousins getting hurt again, or and if they was concerned about him being injured or not being fully ready to play, then why you give him $100 million? Because if you drafting a quarterback at 8, that's a position where he's expected to start now, not start in 2 years. But how you feel about it?
I look at it like this, Browski. I take a different tack. I feel like one of the reasons why they gave Kirk Cousins $180 million because I think he represented the best thing going as far as whatever quarterbacks were available, right? The fact of the matter that his wife is from Atlanta, okay, he's going to be comfortable. I think he still has to show a lot to show and prove. The $180 million notwithstanding, everybody wants to put Kirk Cousins on this pedestal so bad, you know what I mean? But it doesn't quite, you know what I mean? To me, he's like in the Alex Smith zone, you know what I'm saying? But I think with the draft of Michael Penix, it's like kind of to me, it's like, why not have insurance? You know what I'm saying? And here's another thing. I'm not going on no racial thing. Was it the talk about in Atlanta about, oh my gosh, we got to get us a black quarterback and we need a quarterback and this and that. I mean, Kirk Cousins is going to hold the fort down. He's the veteran presence that you need, right? He's the veteran presence that he's going to be around a while because you gave him $180 million. So he's going to be your guy. Michael Penix is going to get a chance to sit, learn, watch, develop. And like you said, by the time he's 26, 27 years old, Kirk Cousins will be on, on his way out, basically. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt between now and then again. Yeah. So, and that's another reason why you get somebody who's ready. I think Raheem Morris, salute to Raheem Morris. I like what they did. They got a lot of things on the defensive side. Jace McClellan, the 6th round pick out of Alabama, the running back. I think he's going to be a very good compliment to Bijan Robinson because Bijan Robinson's a beast, period. Right? I think that, with the wide receiver that they got, Casey Washington, I think he's going to be able to hopefully, do some things and make that offense even more dynamic because Atlanta got some things going on. They just got to figure it out. When the switch goes on, with Bijan Robinson and Kyle Pitts and what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball, this team, even though they had needs on defense, you know what I mean? People still going to make them the favorites in the NFC South. Again, the draft grade I give Atlanta Falcons at this point in the game is a C.
Yeah. It wasn't a very because they. As I spoke about all the corners that that was available for them to not even get a corner, was crazy to me. And you know what else they needed? They needed help on the offensive line.
Yeah, they didn't do anything on the offensive line. They didn't do
nothing.
Anything.
I mean, they brought in, they drafted 1, 2, 3, 4 guys on the defensive line. They drafted.
It's about to go down, y'all. Listen, we're gonna do. Listen, we're gonna do. Down and get down on it. We're gonna do that. We're gonna talk a little baseball, and right now I'm gonna get some hockey in. Check this out. Salute to the New York Rangers. They swept the Washington Capitals, man. Everybody talk about Rangers and Stanley Cup. I'm not really there yet because it's a long way to go. And plus that President's Cup, that President's Trophy jinx thing. You know what I mean? So again, that, and basically what that means is the team that scored the most points in the regular season gets the President's Trophy, and the team that scored the most points in the regular season usually get beat in the first round.
That's a whole thing that happened the last couple of years.
So I'm putting some respect on my New York Rangers, Vincent Trocheck. All right, my man, Zibanejad, you know what I mean? My man Igor in between the pipes. You know what I mean? New York Rangers got it going on, man. So salute them. And again, Toronto Maple Leafs, man. Hopefully y'all can get some things together, man, because y'all got a dope squad, man, but y'all can not get it together, and hopefully they don't break that team up. Austin Matthews is the truth, you know what I mean? But they just can't seem to get it together in the playoffs, man. Right now it's 1-1 in the third quarter, in the third period with like 14 minutes to go. Carolina's getting ready to get the Islanders out of here with about 2 minutes left to go in that game. They're gonna get the Islanders out of here. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. We're gonna get into it a little bit more as we get closer to the Stanley Cup Finals. But I just wanted to talk about that. What are we going to talk about in regards to baseball before we get down on it and get down to the serious last 6 minutes of this playoff game?
Yeah. Well, right now, our mid-season check is coming up on Memorial Day.
Right.
I want to say, my Phillies, we have shown and proven that we have the best bullpen, the best starting rotation in baseball right now. We just swept the Padres, got them out of there real quick in San Diego. Right now we're playing the Angels. The Angels came back and won last night. Everyone's hitting so far. Alec Bohm is now taking an upward turn. He was killing the Padres. He had about about 8 RBIs. Hit about 2-3 run homers. He's been tearing them at the plate. Bryce been hitting well. Trey Turner has been on a hitting streak. The defense has been coming together. So right now, I'm very happy with what my Phillies are doing right now. Pitching has been lights out. Ranger Suarez has actually come back to form. He's back to his 2022 form. Because I don't know who that guy was last season, but he had one complete game. Shutout. He's been going deep into the innings. He's been his ERA has been like in the low ones for his past couple of starts. He had like a scoreless, like a 32 inning scoreless streak was going on until he gave up a solo home run against the Padres. But he's been phenomenal. Zach Wheeler been great. Nola been great, and Taijuan Walker has now came back into the rotation. He was down on assignment down in AAA, coming back from an injury. So now he's back. So now we have what we call a bad. We got a tough situation going on with our rotation because we basically right now have almost a 6-man rotation. With Nola, Zach, Ranger, Spencer, Taijuan now, Christopher Sanchez. So we have a problem with, somebody got to go on the bullpen, and, Spencer Turnbull.
That's a good problem to have.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good problem to have, but, Spencer Turnbull, he's been pitching lights out also. So, I mean, having to bring Taijuan up because, one, we are paying Taijuan a nice chunk of change to be in the starting, rotation. So he has to play. So, I mean, like you said, it's a good problem to have. We're going to see what the skipper does, with it, and hopefully we can just keep on going. How the Yankees looking, man?
Last week Aaron Judge forgot how to hit. In his last 6 games, he's 8 for 23 with a double and 3 home runs. So his bat is starting to get a little warm and toasty. It seems like we still have problems with the Baltimore Orioles. We're a game and a half behind now. We were in first place since the season started. We went, down to Baltimore and ran into some problems. We got shut out, and we ran into some more problems. But I think that the season's young with 19-11. I'm thankful for that. Again, we'll get it together. This season is going to be long. It's going to be hard. Yeah. It's going to be tough. And I think that, we're just getting started with it. So, again, I like what the Yankees are doing, and we're going to do what we need to do. Anything else before we get down on it?
Oh,
before
real
we
quick.
get down to these last 5 minutes of the game.
Shout out to the Minnesota Twins. They have been balling.
You know what? I think that the Minnesota Twins, when you look at the Twins, they started the season at 7-13. They won 7 straight. They're above 500. They're a team that people like, people respect, people pick to win the AL Central. It's just like, again, it's baseball. You know what I mean? And since we want to put some respect on the Minnesota Twins name, let's give the gas face to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Remember when everybody was talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Oh my
The
God.
Pirates, listen, the Pirates is getting ready. The Pirates ain't gonna do nothing. What the Pirates need to do, I'm gonna tell you what the Pirates need to do, because this was the same thing last year. Yeah. April came along, the Pirates was killing it. Pirates was nah, yo. Now reality strike it'll be May 1st tomorrow, 12:01. It'll be May 1st, right?
Yeah.
And the Pirates are back to reality. This is what the Pittsburgh Pirates need to do. I'm gonna tell you what the Pirates need to do. All you Pirate fans out there, salute to y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all need to put the stars back on the hats. That's what y'all need to do. That's what the Pirates need. I'm telling you, the Pirates need an identity. They don't have an identity, yo. They got one of the best ballparks in the major leagues.
It's do.
Small, it's a bandbox. You know what I mean? And again, one of the dudes supposed to be one of the new, great players in the league. The O'Neal dude that plays shortstop. I think he's 6'5". He came. And Ellie De La Cruz came in Cincinnati, and everybody forgot about the O'Neal Cruz guy.
Yep, they definitely did. Definitely did.
When you talk about baseball, and we go back to the Minnesota Twins, baseball is it's long, yo. You know what I'm saying? And again, salute to the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
Carlos Correa. He was going through the revolving door, and he ended up right back where he started from.
He had about six jerseys on here. He had about six freaking
six baseball cards, right? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, yo. Let's do down it. Let's get down on it real quick, and then we go get down to this game with about 3 minutes left.
Yeah, real quick, I want to get down on Candace Parker. She have retired from the WNBA. A lot of people, when we talk about great female basketball player, a lot of people forget to mention Candace Parker. Candace Parker, 2-time NCAA champion with the Tennessee Volunteers, one of Pat Summitt's, prodigies. She run the program back to life after the great Shamika Holslaw, left and went to the WNBA. Also, she was a 3-time champion. She came into the league, won Rookie of the Year, and won a championship in the same year. Was Finals MVP. Also, one of the first ladies besides Lisa Leslie to actually dunk in a WNBA game when she was the LA Sparks. And then after that, a couple of defensive players of the year. She went back to Chicago, her hometown, and won a championship, in her hometown. A lot of players always dreamed of doing that, and she was able to accomplish it. She moved on to the Las Vegas Aces, where unfortunately injuries got in the way, and she wasn't really able to contribute as much as she, usually could. And that was, one of the main reasons of her, retiring. So it's good to see that she, knew when to call it quits. Instead of the game retiring her, she retired from the game. And I just, want to give a big shout out and salute to Candace Parker, who's doing her thing on TNT also. Even though sometimes she may say some wild stuff, but she's doing her thing. She's holding it down on TNT. Every once in a while she says something that,
it comes to
the window, but they all do that,
We know a lot of people that say wild stuff.
They all do that. So I definitely happy to see that she found life after basketball, and she's actually striving in it. So definitely big salute to Candace Parker.
Absolutely.
What you getting down on?
I'm getting down on Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's got a fight coming up, and he's already looking at this next fight that he's got a situation with. I just hope that, he knows what he's doing. I think that, those people out there in Saudi Arabia, they're paying him, and I'm not mad at him for going to get the bread. But at the end of the day, it's about your faculties, man. And, the more Deontay Wilder fights, the more he's being exposed as not a really, really good fighter, the more he's being exposed.
Well,
So
I would say not a boxer, just a fighter.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and I just wanted to say that I hope he does what he needs to do and figures it out for himself as he moves along in his career, and leave the mic alone. All right, Clarissa Shields, Deontay Wilder, please,
Just
I
leave
beg
it
of
off.
you, for everything that's holy, leave the microphone alone, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Down in Sports Talk every Tuesday night, 8 to 9 p.m. Myself, my co-D YADABEAR in the building. Now we're getting down to the good part. 2 minutes and 28 seconds left. Game 5, Eastern Conference, Knicks and the Sixers. Let's get it. Thank you for hanging out with us down in
Yeah.
Sports Talk. Now it's about to get ugly. All right. Embiid on the left side going up against Mitchell Robinson. Oh, throws the elbow with the short hook, and it doesn't drop. The follow tap. Oh, snap the rebound by Hart. Kicks it out to Jalen Brunson. Walks it up the right side. Let's go, Browski. What we dealing with here? Yeah,
Man,
okay.
we're
Okay.
dealing with the fact that unfortunately
we get the foul call right here. 2 minutes left to go.
Of course, you're getting a foul call because that's what the whistles do. The whistles blow for the Knicks.
Browski's crying already.
Nobody's crying, but I'm just saying. Of course, the whistles are blowing.
Let me find a towel for YADABEAR. It's about to be over.
This is what happens in Madison Square Garden, you know.
Oh,
the whistles are silent on the other side.
Man, we about to show you what happened in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, y'all. Yeah, the ref's about to give you out the game.
And again, I'm gonna say this again. This is down in Sports Talk. We're going overtime, y'all. It's a special occasion, right? You youngsters out there, salute to Julito and his whole Knicks organization, the fans, Knicks Fan TV. Salute. I seen you the other night, or the other day in Philly, homie. I seen you. Know what I mean? Holding it down in the Wells Fargo Center. I seen you. Y'all do the right thing, man. It's a whole long way to go in this playoff thing. Don't act crazy. You could have fun. Do all the stuff that you want to do and stuff like that, but do it right. You know what I mean? Because you got a whole lot of stuff to go. You got the Pacers, or whoever we see next in the second round. Then we got the Eastern Conference Finals. Then hopefully we got the NBA Finals. So save some of that energy, yo. 89-86, about 148 to go. Browski, what it look like on your end? And
They're just not closing it out. It looking like all the other games. They're not closing it out.
This one, let's go.
It's definitely
135 to go. Maxey brings it into the lane, and
finally,
is that the N1?
Finally,
the N1.
Finally, yeah, finally. Jeez, this guy's been getting tripped. He's getting thrown down.
Oh boy, here we go. Put all those complaints in alphabetical order, please. Thank you very much.
Listen,
let's go, Knicks.
As I already said at the end of game 2, I said the fix was in.
And what did I say? Oh, Maxie, this is
wow.
Free throw. What did I say? This right here is an indictment on this Knicks squad right here. You're supposed to close this out. If you don't, it's just basically okay. Knicks, same old thing. You don't get a chance. You don't close out when you get a chance. Close this out. Put all of that stuff to bed and get ready for round 2. Brunson drops one. It is 93-88 with 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. Maxey dribbles up the right side, looking at the top of the key. Brunson on him. All right. Kicks it off into the corner. And a steal.
Bad pass. Yeah, that was a bad pass.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Knicks Nation, stand up. Let's go. Yeah. That's right. Look at Patrick Ewing. Let's go. That's right. Joel Embiid can get an early start on his treatment for his situation. See? We helping you out. We're actually helping you out. Come on, Anunoby. Come on now. You gotta hit that beat. Let's go. 59.9 seconds left. Now, see, like you said earlier in the show, Kimmy, stranger things have happened. I was watching when Reggie Miller bust those 8 points in 3 seconds on the Knicks.
I already seen.
He pushed off on John Starks, and I tell him that to his face. He pushed off on Starks, but that's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? Anunoby, bang.
Nah, the Sixers have a problem. We can't close out games. And
hold on. Let me get this violin. Hold on.
No, it's no violin. I'm just that's facts. It's
oh, nice.
And again, wow, no foul. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Again, yeah, what's so silent?
That's right there. Absolutely. Brunson brings it up, corks it over the line, dribbles it out. Okay, working that clock. No shot. Work the clock, baby. There you go. Take it back up top. There you go. Take it back up top. Okay, work it out. There you go, McBride. Bingo. Let's get it.
That's game.
Let's go Knicks. Let's get it. That's game right there. And listen, I'm not even going to apologize to Thibodeau yet, because remember what I've been saying, Browski. I ain't gonna front. We don't front over here. What did I say, Kimmy? I said the Knicks. When the Knicks get good, right? Remember I said that? I ain't gonna front. When the Knicks get good, Thibodeau's not gonna be the coach. Now, second round, good. Nope. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud of my team right now. It ain't over. We seen worse stuff happen in the Garden, yo.
Nah, it's done.
Please don't. It would say, Browski, please don't.
It's done. This game's done.
Please don't let the Knicks lose tonight.
Listen, the series was over in game 2. That shit was done. I was like, this is done. It's done.
So you get real quick while they in doing what they do. What are we looking for in the Canelo versus Jaime Munguia fight on Saturday night?
I expect Canelo to knock him out. I mean,
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I expect Canelo to go to work. I need a knockout. I wanted a knockout against Charlo. You know, I need to see him knock somebody out. It's been a while since Canelo knocked someone out. You know, it's been a while since we've seen that, so I need to see that. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people weren't really too excited about this choice when you had, you know, Benavidez out there.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
Yeah, so again, you know. Oh, Maxie.
So
he's one of the most exciting players in the league, man.
Yeah.
He's doing what De'Aaron Fox is supposed to do. I say that with all due respect to De'Aaron Fox.
No, I said Maxie. I said Maxie's what we thought De'Aaron Fox would have been.
Was supposed to be, yeah.
But you know what's crazy? COVID is what got us Maxie, because there was no tournament. You know, we all knew Maxie was good, but the world didn't see it.
94, 25 seconds left. Let's go, Brunson. Do your thing. Okay, get it over the line. Okay, McBride, get it out your hand. There you go. All right, 17, 16.
You got a foul. Like, why do you wait so long to foul?
Whoa.
You waited too long to foul.
Yeah, this we in the building, y'all. We chopping it up. Game 5, first round.
Also, Orlando and Cleveland is tied 57-57 in the third quarter.
Yep. That's what we're doing. What are we doing with LeBron? Is LeBron going to hang around and try to stretch this thing out so he can play with Bronny?
Well, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, LeBron said that's not his priority anymore. So
I'm not mad at that. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know, we don't know.
12 seconds, 11. Maxie for 3, long range. Drains it. Maxie drains it.
Wow, Maxie's trying to drive us home.
Brunson. We get foul. Did they call foul?
No, that's a block, baby. We're going to overtime. Maxie just sent us to overtime. Oh, shocking. Wow. I'm shocked by that. There we go. Maxie punching the ball in his stomach. Wow, the logo from the New York Knicks sign. Where y'all?
I told you.
Show Patrick Ewing and Carmelo Anthony. Show all them guys. Show John Stark. Show Jalen Brunson. Wait, hold up. Show Jalen Brunson.
Anything can happen.
show Latrell, Sprewell, and all them guys. Why they ain't show them?
Listen, this down here in Sports Talk. We about to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all read about the overtime tomorrow. We go. Don't go nowhere, Browski. You know what I mean? We gonna get at y'all next week. All right. We got to go.
Yeah. All of a sudden we gotta go.
We gotta go. We'll talk to y'all next week, man. Down in Sports Talk. We out.
Peace.